If you're like me, 2024 absolutely sucked. But on the bright side, you were spoiled with all of the good music that was released by so many amazing artists. Truly, spoiled is the best word for it because so many amazing artists released so many amazing songs, so many amazing EPs, and so many amazing albums throughout the year, where this video was tough to make. I struggled making my top 10 albums of 2024. So much so, I gave myself an extra day and I'm still not sold on my top 5 through 10. And I just finished this list right before hitting record, but this is what I'm going to. This is what I'm sticking with. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day is going well and hope it continues to go. Welcome to my top 10 albums of 2024. Of course, I would love to know your favorite albums of the year in the comments section below, whether it be your top 3, top 5, top 10, as many as you want, because truly this year was amazing. And also something important to remember, music is super subjective. What I like may not be what you like, as you'll definitely see in this video, and what you like may not be like what I like, and so on and so forth. The great thing of music is we get to have this discussion of what we like, what we don't like, so that is fun. Only stipulation for my top 10 albums of 2024, the album had to be released this year and can't be something that's been re-released, such as if an artist puts out a remastered version of an album that came out years ago. Nope, just something completely new for the year of 2024. Because if I was including previous year albums, then Take Me Back to Eden would be my album of the year 2 years in a row. But that's not going to happen, so here are my top 10 albums. So kicking us off at number 10 is The Impermanent Amber by Secret Gardens. This one was a late addition to my top 10 albums, and upon first listen, my mind was completely blown away. I fell in love with this band immediately, and I fell deeply in love with this album. I already talked about the song I Let Myself Die in my top 5 songs of 2024. Absolutely amazing, made me cry upon first listen. A nice indie folk song, but then it completely changes lanes and goes into like a more progressive rock, progressive indie style even, you can say. The whole album is absolutely amazing. Favorite songs from the album, I Let Myself Die. Sky is Land is an amazing instrumental that reminds me so much of Plini's stuff. It's so good. Upper Peninsula, The Coven is amazing. That song is heavy. And also, The Tragic Sail Stars, the album's closer. Such a great closer. At number 9, F1 Trillion by Post Malone. I absolutely love Posty. Me and my sister both share this love of him. And we were both super excited that he was dropping a country album. And it did not disappoint. It was very nostalgic to listen to, because Posty grew up at the same time that I did. So it was almost like a lot of the stuff I heard on the radio from that my parents and grandparents would play. Very Tim McGraw, very Toby Keith, Big and Rich style songs, and it's a amazing album that I absolutely love. Has some amazing features on it. Wrong Ones is amazing. Losers is so good. Of course, I'm a huge Chris Stapleton fan, so California Sober, so amazing. And Yours, the very last track on F1 Trillion, makes you cry. It's a song written for his daughter. It's so beautiful. I love it. And then the deluxe version is a whole beast within itself, and I absolutely love. Has another one of my top 5 songs of the year, Down at the Honky Tonk, on there, where I very relate to those lyrics. But this album definitely hit for me. Love F1 Trillion. Love Post Malone. The deluxe edition, chef's kiss. At number 8 is Persona by Half-Life, the latest album to make it into my top 10. It's so fun. This album is absolutely fun. You can watch my reaction to it on the channel, but let me tell you, People alone sells the album for me. That song is absolutely amazing. The production, the lyrics, everything on it is so good. It's straight up a Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World vibe. People sells the album for me. You can say, yes, just People 10 times in a row, and I'm still hooked on the album. But the rest of the album is great. From Sophie's House to Automatic to Thank You at the very end, where it's just so beautiful, so acoustic, absolutely amazing. The tones of the bass throughout the album, and as well as some cool guitar tones too, some great features, amazing production wise, lyrically amazing, and also it just makes you want to dance. It makes you want to dance, and also kind of makes you cry too. It's absolutely a perfect blend in everything I want Half Alive to be. I definitely need to see them live again. Half Alive, please come to Pittsburgh. Thank you very much. At number 7, People Watching by 158 Silence. Definitely the most unsettling album art I think I have ever seen. It's so creepy, but the album is so heavy. Like, it's metalcore. It reminds me a lot of like Loathe. It's straight up low vibes, and like just it's so hard to describe, but it's so good. It's so heavy, has these amazing interludes woven within it, and it's so heavy, and it's so good. Some of my favorite songs off of here include Target Acquired, Better Written Villain, People Watching, Terms and Conditions, Healing Process, Leave of Absence. If you want just a heavy album, People Watching is your go-to. Man, how I hate this album art, but it suits the album so well. People Watching, 516 Silence. I think I said 514 maybe at the beginning, but 516 Silence, it's amazing. And post-hardcore Facebook group, it talks about this album so much. It's so good. It's so good for such a creepy album cover, guys. And continuing with heavy, and dare I say heavier, maybe it's number 6, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed To by Knocked Loose. Grammy Award nominated Knocked Loose. This album, complete punch to the wall. And my buddy Dave kind of put it the best. Didn't really get or understand the hype behind Knocked Loose until this album. This album is what made Knocked Loose click for me. And I've seen them live before, and I was scared to borrow my life because that pit, absolutely insane. But this album, so heavy, just non-stop. It is so good. Blinding Faith, absolutely amazing. Suffocating featuring Poppy, also amazing as well. And there is the song, I believe it's Take Me Home, where it's just kind of like a, hold on, playing it on Spotify really quick. Yeah, it's just like this creepy little that I'm completely obsessed with. And also, very underrated thing, the bass tones. Knocked Loose's bass tones. So good. And of course, Slaughterhouse Part 2 featuring Chris Motionless. But this album's so heavy. So heavy. And now for something completely different. Because it's time to get more prog rock, baby. Because at number 5, Power Nerd by Devin Townsend. Oh, how I love Daddy Devin so much. He's been one of my favorite human beings and guitar players for so long now. When I started my admin work job, I binged through all 30 something of his previous albums, and Power Nerd definitely is a excellent next step for Devin. The whole album from front to back, absolutely amazing. Just this amazing thing that was originally supposed to be a non-thinking, here's a good rock album, to this album is about loss and moving on from it. It's so good. Like Power Nerd, the title track, it's fun. Same thing with Knuckle Dagger, and it's so good, especially when you have songs like Falling Apart, A Younger Lover, and Goodbye, where it's just like, just right to the heart. Then it ends with Ruby Quaker, a love song about Coffee. I need this as my album closer. Like, you are crying because of Goodbye, and then Ruby Quaker comes on and you're laughing your butt off because the production across the album's good, but Ruby Quaker especially, so good, so amazing. Coffee. I love the coffee. Oh, it's Ruby Quaker, amazing. Power Nerds, such a good album. Love Davin Townsend so much. Now for number 4, a band you certainly have never heard of that I discovered this year. They're a new band and I'm completely obsessed with them. This album is called The Bizarre Adventures of Grape Boy by Grapevine Gossip. This is basically a postmodern hardcore swancore band, and I love them so much. This album, it's such a fun listen to, and especially the very beginning where it's basically just like a fun guided meditation that it's so funny. And then you go into Hey Listen, which yes does have a little Navi Hey Listen in it. It's very fun. And you have songs like Grape Boy, Dark Magician Girl, The Cheese Stands Alone, and quite possibly my favorites, GBRC, which of course stands for George Bush Rookie Card. It's such an amazing album to listen to. Grapevine Gossip, I'm completely sold on them. I'm going to be following them forever now. And go listen, if there's any band you should listen to in my top 10 that you've never heard of before, besides bands we might be getting into, Grapevine Gossip is the band to go listen to. It's absolutely amazing. Go listen to them now. Pause the video, go listen to GBRC, and come back, because it's so good. It's so good. Even this title song, Grape Boy, fantastic. Legit obsessed. But now we return to the heavy, because at number 3 is Exhibition of Prowess by Kubla Khan TX. Oh, this album, it is a quick listen. Like, it is legit 23, 24 minutes of caveman core at its finest. And this album is a certified forklift driver. This album makes me want to run straight through 5 walls and flip over the forklift that has been certified to drive. It's just complete. You just want to go fight. I want to go hop in a pit. I don't do mosh pits, but I'm going to go hop in a pit when I listen to this one, because there is literally no stop in this album. From Supreme Ruler to Darwinism to X to Low Tech, Theory of a Mind. This whole album in Amp Pile 2. Man, Matt Honeycutt might be my favorite screamer, and I want to base as I learn to do more scream distorted type vocals, that's what I want to base my thing off of. And this whole album, it's so good. It's so, especially Theory of Mind. It's my favorite song off the album. Theory of Mind, Darwinism, Low Tech, then Supreme Ruler, Amp Pile 2. It's amazing. It's, like I said, it's a quick listen. Throw it on when you're at the gym. Absolutely amazing. And before we get into our top 2, I'm gonna throw my honorable mentions here, because my top 2 albums, they're literally very interchangeable, and it was a depends on the day situation, and it was very hard to pick between the 2 if I had to rank them, which I did. So, being that they're interchangeable, here are my honorable mentions. Firstly, you have Wave Machine by Makari, Metropolitan by Nova Charisma, Evolve by Fish, you have Resurrection by Los Lonely Boys, and then Violent Delight by Gallons. And I probably have missed something in here, because, like I said, this year was absolutely amazing. I didn't mind Billie Eilish's album. I didn't mind Charlie XCX's album. Taylor Swift's album sucked. Same thing with, I didn't care for Imagine Dragons. Green Day was pretty okay. I don't want to talk about Boy With You anymore, but this year killed it with albums. Amazing, amazing music. But yeah, now let's go into our top two, which was a very, very hard decision. And like I said, prefacing into this, these two are very interchangeable. Justin, why are you prefacing this so hard? Well, because at number 2, it's Clancy. Yes, the band that I talk about the most on the channel is my number 2 album of the year, and let me explain. Clancy, I absolutely love so much. It has so many songs that mean the world to me through the time period that I was going through at the time the album came out, especially Next Semester, especially Backslide, because it was a tough part of my life, the toughest part of my life in years, dare I say maybe ever. And this album helped me get through that, because it helped me process feelings. It helped me, it gave me the hope of to snap back, to come out of this on the other side. And like, this album gave me hope. This, with Oldie Station, with Snapback, with Backslide, with even with Paladin, this album gave me hope. And of course, throughout the whole year, 21 Pilots provided me with an amazing community that I can just talk in front of a camera to, and people listen for some reason. This album helped make this year fun when I wasn't having a lot of fun, because this year it sucked pretty badly. And like I said, this album provides me with a whole sense of optimism and also some good laughs when it comes to Lavish and other such. But as much as I love this album, Clancy, it provides me with some hope in here. The thing is, while I spent a lot of this year depressed, I also spent a lot of this year pissed off and angry. And Clancy didn't satiate that craving, if you will. So, my number 1 album of the year is Eviscerate by Idola. This album was a mainstay in my workout playlist. This album helped me work out through all my anger with myself, my anger with other people, my anger with higher powers. It just helped me get through so much. This is what I use to take my anger out. This is what I would blast in my car after I've had a long day where I was like, you know what, screw everyone, screw the world. I just want to just listen to music, just throw my thoughts away. I would crank on this album, listen to the epic choirs of Atman, Introduction to Suffering, into a bridge of Blood and Iron, and would just scream those lyrics, and then working out to No Weapon Form Shall Prosper. Every time it came on, I worked out a little bit harder. And again, this album, amazing front to back. From The Weight of Sin, I Don't Even Love You the Way That I Used to, and Now I'm a Fortress, No One Gets In, You'll Never See Me Again, to God Takes Away Everything, to Fistful of Hornets. You ever wander aimlessly through life, meandering through the point of existence, feeling like the weight of the world could crush you at any moment, and like nothing you ever do even matters? Those lyrics heavily relate to me this year, because no matter how much I worked, no matter how much I did, it just felt like I was wandering aimlessly through life, meandering through the pointlessness of existence, feeling like the weight of the world could crush me at any moment, and like nothing I do here even matters. And like the album Ziggurat, to Ashes of Gaham, to Golgotha Compendium, Fifth Temple, with that just whole evolution through the song, just getting more pissed, more angrier, to this epic climax. I'll kill myself to see what God has to say, into Ecclesiastes, the burden of suffering, reminding me a little bit that everything is kind of meaningless, you know. That album helped me so much through this year. And of course, it worked out to it. That also helped out a lot. But I was pissed off for most of the year, to where when I wasn't feeling too hopeful, when it felt like I couldn't get better, to where I couldn't snap back, Eviscerate was there. And knowing that Eviscerate, it's kind of representation of my year, because this year completely eviscerated myself from years previous, because I'm entering in 2025 into a completely new scenario and a new stage of life. Stage of life I am very unfamiliar with. And I really hope that Idola's next album, coming out next month in January, Mend, I really hope my 2025 revolves around mending my life back together and not eviscerating who I am, and yeah, all that fun stuff. So yeah, sorry, 21 Pilot fans, I love you. I'm not saying Clancy is bad. I'm saying, like I said these two are interchangeably. Clancy can be is at number 1 some days, Eviscerate is at number 2 some days. But throughout most of the year, Eviscerate was my number 1. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Yell at me while I am wrong. Go listen to some of these artists that you've never listened to before, especially Grapevine Gossip, especially Idola. They are absolutely amazing. We've been talking about Idola a lot on the channel for prepping for Mend. Go listen to the Faustian Spirit. Go listen to Prodigy. We'll be listening to a lot more Idola on the channel, because, oh, how I love Daddy Andrew Swells. Andrew Swells, my dude. Anyway, guys, see you all tomorrow with the Christmas Eve cover that I need to finish, and then the Good Day Team Awards, which I still need to record. I'm gonna scream. But I'll see you later. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.